What's up, everybody? Happy Thursday. Hope all you're having a great day so far. Getting into this episode of YNR, Summer and Phyllis. How pathetic. They are the two most narcissistic, self-centered people that I've ever seen. And I can't even call them people. They're less than people, less than human. Like, you got three women going to prison for a long time, and they could give a damn. It's crazy. They could care less. That's what's ridiculous to me. Some are sitting there talking about, oh, I'm so heartbroken by this. I'm so saddened by this. But yet your only focus is about this wedding, this stupid ass wedding that you got coming up tomorrow. Ridiculous. Totally ridiculous. Like, that's all she cares about is this dumbass wedding. That's all she cares about. That's it. She can sit there and put up a facade all she want that she care about Nikki and Vicky. Clearly you don't. And I'm glad Billy said something to them. Like, all of this stuff that's going on, and you're still going through with this stupid ass wedding. And then Summer has the nerve to sit there and ask Victor about coming to the wedding and stuff and having the day off and, having more time off to go on this stupid ass honeymoon. I'm like, are you serious? Like, his wife was just sentenced to 30 years in prison. His daughter was just sentenced to 10 years in prison. And all you can worry about is your simple ass wedding. That's all you can worry about. Pathetic. First of all, what I want to know is I don't understand why Victor even wants Summer at Newman. She's not qualified to work there. Maybe the mailroom, but she's not qualified as an executive. Definitely not. She never went to no business school. She don't know shit about business. Um, it's kind of funny though how Victor was upset about her marrying an Abbott when he married an Abbott twice and had a child by an Abbott. So it's kind of funny how he's upset about it. Hell, you have your heart. You had a heart transplant, and the new heart that you have in your chest is from an Abbott. So how could you be upset about her marrying one? You married one twice and had a child by one. So I don't see what the uproar is about. Um, but it's just Kyle is so stupid though. Kyle, I let me tell you something. I get that he's willing to do whatever it takes to save Lola. I get it, but this is way too extreme. Like going into this loveless marriage just to save Lola, like that's a little dumb. I'm like, you could have found a different way to do it. I mean, if I was him, I would have just went public with the fact that Summer was a match. That way, people could guilt trip her into doing it without you marrying her. There's other ways of getting that accomplished. Um, that's what I would have did because this bootleg marriage ain't gonna last. And Summer, it's so funny because Summer is sitting there talking about she could have any dude that she want, but yet your pathetic ass is trying to force Kyle to be with you. Like he does not want you, and yet you're forcing it. You know what I'm saying? Even like I said, even though the wedding wasn't her idea, like this whole get married thing was his idea, you still should have said no. Because if he really wanted you, you wouldn't basically kind of blackmail him into doing it. Like, because that's basically what it is. She know damn well she wouldn't go through with that surgery if Kyle didn't commit to her in some form or fashion. She know that. She knows she wouldn't have done it. Not out of the kindness of her little black heart. She wouldn't have, and she know damn well. Like this is so ridiculous. And Phyllis is cool with this. Like just dumb. Um when Phyllis went to go visit Victoria, because Victoria was the only person who agreed to see Phyllis. Sharon and Nikki both declined, and I don't blame them. But I wish that they would have said yes, because what I was hoping for was I was wishing that Vicky would have knocked Phyllis on her ass. See, that's what pisses me off about Phyllis. She took this whole plea bargain to save her own skin, but yet she keeps trying to sugarcoat and trying to play the victim here like, oh, I was doing this to help everybody. No, you helped your damn self, is what you did. Like I said yesterday, Sharon got offered immunity as well. The difference is Sharon did not take the immunity deal because she didn't want to leave the others out to dry. You know what I'm saying? So I do commend Sharon for that. Even though, like I said, she was stupid for confessing to Ray, but she could have got out of that if it wasn't for Phyllis. So I don't blame Victoria for being pissed at Phyllis. Phyllis is all about Phyllis. Everybody knows that. She's all about self. But I do kind of like Phyllis in a way because she does keep the show interesting, but she gets on my fucking nerves sometimes. Um, and Phyllis needs to be very scared right now because you have a lot of people gunning for you. You have Jack and Billy and Kyle. They're all teaming up to get your ass out of Jabot. You still got to worry about Victor. Carrie's playing you. Now even Victoria. You got to worry about the wrath of her because she think Victoria can't get to her from behind bars. You forgot. Victoria is not only a Newman, she's worth $500 million. Trust me, she got a lot of pull. She can easily reach out from behind bars to get you. Like you have a lot of people from different sides coming at you. And I'm pretty sure Nick probably wants some revenge on your ass too. So it's like you got all these different people hating you and coming at you. You got to have eyes in the back of your head at this point. Because Phyllis is a marked woman. You got a lot of people targeting you. And not only Carrie, but you also got whoever she's partnered up with. You know what I'm saying? Like you just you getting it from all sides at this point. You know what I'm saying? I felt bad for Mariah. I really did. When Mariah was visiting Sharon and stuff, I felt real bad for Mariah because she didn't grow up with Sharon as her mother. She just found out about Sharon a few years ago. So they didn't have all that long to build. The bond that they built is great, but it's like they didn't have all that long time. Even though I'm pretty sure Sharon and Nikki and Vicky aren't going to spend all those years in prison. I'm sure they're not. But for her to, get to know her mother for these last few years and now to lose her to prison, that's pretty messed up. Hopefully Nick and, Billy and Victor could come up with some scheme to get them out. All they gotta do is figure out if JT is alive, which I'm sure he is. Um, I did love the scene though. I love the scenes with Nick visiting Nikki and Victoria and Billy visiting Victoria because I love that though because with Billy, Victoria didn't have to be so strong, and Billy was basically telling her that. You know what I'm saying? It's all right to break down and cry and, whatever. And that's exactly what she did because for everybody else that visited her, she had to be strong. And I have to agree somewhat with Victor when he told Victoria that she was a lot like him out of all his children. I have to agree because she is. But the other person I feel like that is equally just like Victor, I have to say is Adam. Adam and Victoria to me were always the ones that were just like Victor. Um, but I actually agree with Victor. I like the way Victoria handled the situation with Tessa because that was very Victor like. That was something Victor would have done. That's why Victor was proud of it because he knew that was some shit he would have done. Like, you got somebody blackmailing you, the likes of Tessa. Of course, you're going to take extreme action by threatening her, doing whatever you got to do. And she did exactly what Victor would have done. Anybody in that situation, you're not going to sit there and let some little simpleton blackmail you. You know what I mean? Turn the tables. And that's exactly what Victoria did. Even though that I think backfired on her at the trial when Tessa testified, but she did what she had to do at that moment. And I don't blame her. You're fighting for your life. You're going to do what the hell you got to do to stay out of prison. I can't fault her for that. Um, that scene though was sad between Victor and Nikki though. Like you could see it all up in her face. The realization set in with her that she's looking at 30 years in prison. Like I couldn't imagine going through that. Honestly, I have to be totally honest. 30 years, hell to the no. I could never. Nope. Mm-mm. I can never go through that. 30 years, no. I can't even do 5 minutes in prison, let alone 30. 30 years. Like, that's a long fucking time. Like, that's your life. Your whole life, basically. Down the fucking tubes. And Nikki being in her 60s, that's even worse. You feel me? Like, that's even worse. Like, to be in your 60s and you're staring 30 years in the face. Hell to the no. I'd be ready to whip Phyllis' ass if I was them. Like, seriously. Phyllis threw all of them under the bus and they have no shame about her shit. Like, she gets to walk around and be CEO of a major company. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to deal with guards and prison bars and inmates and you know what I'm saying? Because you did what you had to do to save your own ass, which is pretty trifling. I mean, I understand it's self-preservation, but damn, like that's just totally fucked up. Um, as far as Mia and as far as Lola and Arturo go, I didn't even really care about them scenes, honestly. I'm not big on the Rosales family. I think the reason I'm not big on them is because I see them too much. It's like they're literally a part of every episode. Like, what episodes do we get where we don't see a Rosales? I'm just saying, like, we're seeing way too much of them, and I'm kind of getting tired of looking at them, to be totally blunt. But hopefully, though, Nick could find JT. I heard that they was recasting Adam, so I wouldn't be surprised if Adam was somehow involved in this mess. To be honest, I mean, I know him and Victor made peace before, but you know that never lasts between him and Victor. Um, but who knows though? I'm just happy that that whole JT mess is kind of over, and we're seeing the final touches to the storyline. Thank God. Hopefully, Nick can find him, which I believe they will, and beat the hell out of him. Hopefully. But anyway, hit the comment section. Let me know what y'all thought about this episode. I will see you all later. Peace.